Welcome. Good evening. Thank you all for being here tonight as we celebrate the accomplishments of our Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful volunteers. So what is Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful? Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful is a program within the Solid Waste and Recycling Division of the City of Grand Prairie that seeks to inspire and educate people to act every day to improve and beautify their community environment. KGPB is an affiliate of both Keep Texas Beautiful and Keep America Beautiful. These relationships allow for training opportunities to ensure that KGPB can adapt to follow best practices for creating a green, clean, and beautiful community. COVID-19 did force the cancellation of many outreach events, classes, and group cleanup projects. However, I cannot be more excited to share with you how our resourceful volunteers continue to show their love for Grand Prairie by contributing 2,663 service hours at 225 events to remove 18,720 pounds of litter and debris from Grand Prairie. Many of these hours and events came from the Adopt a Street volunteer groups who continued with their small group cleanups after receiving safety guidelines for litter cleanup during COVID-19 from Keep America Beautiful. KGPB responded to social distance requirements by launching the first ever #FallSweepGP, a virtual cleanup event modeled after the Keep Texas Beautiful Fall Sweep program. Volunteers were able to register to receive cleanup supplies and then submit a cleanup report to be entered into a raffle. Prizes were provided by the Chamber of Commerce, the Get Fit program, and the Solid Waste and Recycling Division. While our nation continues to recover from the pandemic, please check the city calendar for upcoming virtual and in-person volunteer opportunities. I'd like to introduce Jason Smith, Regional Director West from Keep America Beautiful. Jason is Keep America Beautiful's Affiliate Operations Western Regional Director. Jason is the primary contact for affiliates and is responsible for growing and strengthening KAB's Western region. Jason provides counsel to affiliates, assists with development and execution of corporate projects and community engagement events, monitors grant execution and reporting, coordinates training, and gathers and shares affiliate stories from throughout his region. Jason has been with Keep America Beautiful since 2003. During his tenure with the national nonprofit, he has led Keep America Beautiful's programs, including Great American Cleanup, Cigarette Litter Prevention Program, and National Planting Day. Jason?
Thank you. Good evening, Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful. Greetings from Keep America Beautiful headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. I'd like to thank Amanda and the Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful Awards team for inviting me to join you tonight. I'd like to share a little bit about Keep America Beautiful with you. Keep America Beautiful is the nation's leading community improvement nonprofit organization that inspires and educates people to take action every day to improve and beautify their community environment, much like Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful. Established in 1953, Keep America Beautiful strives to end littering, improve recycling, and beautify America's community. At Keep America Beautiful, we believe everyone has a right to live in a clean, green, and beautiful community, and we all share responsibility to contribute to that vision. The heartbeat of our organization is the work and passion of the nearly 700 Keep America Beautiful affiliates, their local leaders, and volunteers like you who drive our movement forward every day. Keep America Beautiful values our partnership with Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful. Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful has been one of Keep America Beautiful's top affiliates, consistently receiving our President's Circle Award for excellence in exceeding Keep America Beautiful affiliate standards. Amanda Marone, your Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful coordinator, is also one of the inaugural members of our Young Leaders Advisory Council, which is an 8-member team that was formed to engage a young voice in the work of the national office and has provided invaluable support, creativity, and insight on numerous projects. The Young Leaders Advisory Council guides Keep America Beautiful board and staff in the creation of new programs, updating existing programming, and advising on future organizational strategy to achieve the greatest impact. Thank you, Amanda, for your leadership in serving on the council.
Thank you, Jason. Were you finished?
No, I got a little bit more.
Sorry.
That's okay. Lastly, I'd like to thank you all for your commitment to Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful. Just a few minutes ago, Amanda shared some of the results of your efforts, which are very impressive, especially during a year where we felt the impact of a global pandemic. The impact of your actions go far beyond the numbers by creating a stronger community network, economic vitality, improved mental and physical health, increased safety, cleaner air and waterways, and better stormwater remediation. On behalf of Keep America Beautiful, I'd like to congratulate all of the award winners and thank you all for everything you do to keep Grand Prairie and America beautiful.
Well, thank you, Jason. That was wonderful. Next, I'd like to introduce the Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful Commission, many of whom will be assisting with tonight's presentation. The KGPB Commission is a 9-member City Council appointed board. The commission meets quarterly to support the efforts of KGPB programming for the Green and Clean Campus program, the Adopt a Cemetery, Stream, and Street programs, and the Community Garden program. Thank you to Erin King, Chairperson, Marcela Gonzalez, Co-Chairperson, Ashley Caballero, Jessica Everett, Darren Farrar, Burke Hall, Sharon Lumen, Chelsea Pavey, and Ann Stevenson, without whom this event and this year would not have been possible. Darren, will you please tell us about the Green and Clean Campus program?
Thank you, Amanda. The Green and Clean Campus program is an over 22-year-long partnership between the City of Grand Prairie and schools in Grand Prairie. A recent initiative was the Plastic Free Planet fundraiser and education campaign. In 2019, Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful, with an assistance from a $52,000 grant from the North Central Texas Council of Governments, was able to purchase 297 recycle bins for the Grand Prairie schools. Once these recycling bins were installed, cycling rates skyrocketed. Students maintain the recycling bins and continue recycling education on their campuses. COVID-19 precautions meant that many campuses were not able to continue recycling in 2020, but I'd like to take a minute to recognize those campuses which did continue to recycle in 2020 and diverted 2,112 pounds of plastic and aluminum from the landfill. These campuses are Austin Environmental Science Academy, Barbara Bush Elementary, Crosswinds Accelerated High School, Eisenhower Elementary, Florence Hill Elementary, Ellen Ochoa STEM Academy, South Grand Prairie High School, Urban C. Witt Elementary, Hobbs Williams Elementary, and Young Women's Leadership Academy. Remember, I said that these campuses diverted 2,112 pounds of plastic and aluminum from the landfill through recycling. Let's find out who recycled the most pounds of plastic and aluminum in 2020. In third place, Young Women's Leadership Academy for recycling 175 pounds. In second place, South Grand Prairie High School for recycling 212 pounds.
One way to build an environmentally just world is by recycling. Regardless of race, color, or national origin, we should all work together to recycle and create a better and safer environment for everyone. SGP Leadworthy and Interact and Kindness Crew is a campaign where we encourage students to promote the idea of recycling, as we've created recycling campaigns, posters, and come together to recycle on campus. This includes working with students with special needs to teach them about recycling and how to keep the hallways clean and in check.
Outstanding. And in first place, drum roll please, congratulations to Austin Environmental Science Academy for contributing over half of the campus recycling in 2020 by recycling an amazing 1,182 pounds.
Pounds that we could have thrown away but we shouldn't have, that can be harmful to the environment, then reuse it to construct something new and reuse the old compounds. That way we have to extract less compounds and do less pollution.
Great job.
And stuff like paper could be used to make energy, which makes less fossil fuel use.
How much did we recycle last year? Do you remember?
1,000 pounds in, I believe, 6 weeks.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Trent.
Good job, Flash. Ann, will you please tell us about the Community Garden Program?
Yes, thank you, Darren. The city seeks to alleviate hunger by supporting 8 community gardens in Grand Prairie. Of these gardens, 6 are hosted by the Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful Community Garden Program. 1 compost demonstration garden is hosted by the Solid Waste and Recycling Division at Kirby Creek Park, and 1 community garden is hosted by Parks, Arts, and Recreation Department at the Summit 50 Plus Club. The Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful Community Garden Program is free for Grand Prairie residents and employees. Even the seeds and tools are supplied to help gardeners produce a bountiful harvest. In return, gardeners are asked to donate 10% of their harvest so that the benefit of the garden program may expand to assist as many hungry families as possible. Some garden groups donate much more. In 2020, the 8 community gardens donated over 4,588 pounds of fresh produce to local food pantries, community nutrition programs, and individual seniors. All of this would not have been possible without the enormous efforts of our garden leaders who volunteered their time to manage each garden. I would like to thank Chris Davies, Amita Garcia, Patrick Greenwade, Karen and Carl Humphreys, Sherry Johnson, Virginia Lamb, Trini Pineda Reyes, Dorothy Uma, Patsy Ray, Mark Sandberg, Joan Smith, and Ann Stevenson. Thank you. Now let's find out which 3 gardens donated the most fresh produce in 2020.
My name is George Fleischman. I've been volunteering at Kirby Creek for 9 years. I love growing organic vegetables. And by donating to the food bank, I'm happy to be able to share it with others. In 2020, we donated over 1,000 pounds of vegetables.
In 3rd place, the Kirby Creek Compost Demonstration Garden donated 1,049 pounds.
My name is Mark. I'm the volunteer coordinator for the Grand Prairie Family Church Community Garden. We have 35 raised beds that are assigned to individual gardeners, and we follow organic gardening methods. We have a pollinator bed that we maintain as a group to encourage bees, butterflies, and other pollinators. Some of our gardeners maintain an in-the-ground garden from which the majority of the produce is donated to local food pantries. As a group, we work together on various garden improvements. Our gardeners enjoy growing and sharing our harvest with others.
In 2nd place, the Grand Prairie Family Church Garden, which donated 1,150 pounds.
A few of the Summit Garden gardeners have continued to work despite the challenges of the pandemic. Gardening is great exercise, it's good for socialization, and it gives us the opportunity to harvest vegetables for the Summit Nutrition Program. We are seniors helping seniors.
And in 1st place, the Summit Community Garden and Conservatory donated 1,181 pounds. Congratulations to all of these gardens. Marcella, will you please tell us about the Adopt a Stream program?
Yeah, absolutely. Good evening. The Trinity River and its tributaries run through Grand Prairie, providing habitat for our native wildlife and recreation through fishing and boating opportunities. Unfortunately, these streams can become polluted with litter, including but not limited to plastic bottles, plastic bags, and polystyrene materials, which include things such as packing peanuts, foam food containers, lids, bottles, tumblers, and disposable cutlery. This litter is called floatables because most of it floats on the surface of the water and creates an eyesore for the community. The KGPB stream cleanup season runs from mid-October through mid-May, since there's less poison ivy and critters during that time. In 2020, volunteers removed over 6,700 pounds of litter and debris from approximately 6.2 miles of streams and lakeshores. Volunteer groups included many school groups, the Beacon Hill HOA, Richmont CSR, the Grand Prairie Environmental Quality Division, the Trinity Coalition, the North Texas River Runners, Nottingham Neighbors, Asia Times Square, and Lockheed Martin. The majority of these events took place from January 1st through March 14th. The water-based cleanup of Cottonwood Creek took place later in the year due to the ability of the kayakers to achieve adequate social distancing. We have 2 water-based cleanups with free kayak rentals available for volunteers coming up in April and May. Be sure to check the city calendar for event updates, and these events are always a lot of fun, so be sure to check them out and sign up to volunteer. Now we're going to see the top 3 Adopt a Stream groups.
Oh, shoot. Litter in our waterways is not only unpleasant to look at, but it is also a serious pollution problem that affects our wildlife, aquatic habitat, and recreational uses of the water. So we must do our part by not littering. Pick up any litter you see.
In third place, the City of Grand Prairie Environmental Quality Division removed 640 pounds of litter and debris from Bowman Creek with 11 staff volunteers.
The river has some parts that are breathtakingly beautiful. The trees come right down to the river and the animals are right there where you can see them. But there are other places you want to cry because it's so dirty. And it's all the same river. It's not that people are throwing trash in the river. This trash comes from all of us. When there's a storm, when there's rain, any fertilizers, any trash, they all run downhill and end up in the river.
That was our second place, the Trinity Coalition. They removed 680 pounds of litter and debris from Cottonwood Creek with 30 volunteers. And the first place, congratulations to the Richmond CSR for removing 1,140 pounds of litter and debris from Johnson Creek and Arbor Creek at Wagner Park with 43 volunteers. Thank you so much to everybody who volunteered. Amanda, please tell us about the Adopt a Street program.
Thank you, Marcella. The Adopt a Street program provides families, businesses, and groups the opportunity to help keep Grand Prairie beautiful on their own schedule. Volunteers adopt a mile-long stretch of roadway in Grand Prairie, which they maintain by completing at least 3 litter cleanups per year. Keep America Beautiful was able to provide guidance on litter cleanup during the pandemic, which gave many of our volunteers the confidence to continue with their Adopt a Street commitments. Tonight, we'll be recognizing the 46 groups which completed at least 3 cleanups in 2020, resulting in the removal of an estimated 10,160 pounds of litter from Grand Prairie streets. The Adopt a Street program is the most important litter program under the Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful umbrella because volunteers collect the litter before it even reaches our waterways. Grand Prairie is in the Trinity River watershed, which means that every scrap of trash and every drop of water that falls on Grand Prairie will eventually make its way to the Trinity River or one of its tributaries. Thank you to our Adopt a Street volunteers for not only keeping Grand Prairie streets clean, but also preventing additional pollution in our waterways. In good standing, we have Barbara Thomas, BSA Troop 533, Burke Holland Family, Castle Ridge Homeowners Association, City of Grand Prairie Landfill, Curtis, Rhonda, and Caleb Crowder, Dalton Elementary School, the Dell Family, Diversified Direction Foundation, Dr. Rowe on the Go, Ellen Ochoa STEM Academy, General Motors Financial, Girl Scout Troop 3559, Girl Scout Troop 6885, Grand Prairie Fine Arts Troop 8227, the Holt Family, I-20 Riders, in memory of Almighty Coop and Mama O, in memory of Brandon Arts Hillman Sr., in memory of Gage Bond Overton, Jessica Everett and Aiden and Ethan Clanton, Kappa Alpha Psi Arlington Grand Prairie Chapter, Kenna and Sons, Laddie Crete International Incorporated, the Lay Family, the Light of the World Church, Lindsay Wilhite, Livestone Masonic Lodge number 152, Matthew and Olivia Walston, National Hookup of Black Women Incorporated Mid-Cities Chapter, Nottingham Neighbors Club, the Oletu family, Queen Esther Chapter number 30 OES, Red Bee Media, Richard and Angie Ephraim and Dakota Dickerson, Richard Delmark, Richard Frigo, former City Council member, District 4, Robert Vandella, William and Richard Menifee and friends, C. Nash Run, South Grand Prairie High School, JROTC, Steve and Beth Foster, Streetwise Driving School, Togumbo and Ao Fasora, Traders Village, UAW Local 276 Veterans Committee, and Wayne and Kay Gilbert. In third place, Richard Delmark for collecting 59 bags of litter. This accomplishment is made even more impressive when you learn that Mr. Delmark collected all 59 bags of litter by himself. Congratulations, Mr. Delmark. William and Richard Menifee and friends for collecting 61 bags of litter. All right.
Yeah. I'd like to present the Silver Nabber Award to Cheryl Till and the Nottingham neighbors for their dedication and preserving our beautiful neighborhood.
Oh, thank you so much. We are honored to receive this coveted award. We first want to thank our fast food patrons for making this possible. We couldn't have done it without you. We joyously reach into the briar bushes to retrieve those misplaced bottles and bags. Seriously, we care about the world that God has made for us, and we want to preserve our beautiful Nottingham area and the city of Grand Prairie.
In first place, congratulations, Nottingham neighbors, for collecting 100 bags of litter. Next, I'd like to bring City Council person Georgia Clemson to the stage. I hear she has some exciting news.
Hi, Amanda and all. I am so excited about this. I do have a great announcement, but first of all, I just want to congratulate you all. Thank you, Amanda, for allowing me to join you and get to be part of this exciting event. And I loved hearing about all of the winners and all the participation we had. It was exciting. This is near and dear to my heart, as Amanda knows, and some of you know that my mom, Miss Ruthie Jackson, was president of Keep Texas Beautiful and on the board for many years. And she instilled that Keep Texas Beautiful and Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful into our hearts. So we're excited about that. Now, congratulations to all. And I want to tell you about the exciting news I have. The big event is back. We're so excited because we had to miss it last year and due to COVID. And this year it's back. And if you don't know what the big event is, if you hadn't heard, it is the one-day citywide volunteerism day where volunteers are matched with service projects at different homes of people who need some help. They may be the elderly, a veteran, somebody who has experienced illness, and they just need a little help either with their yard or some sort of chore. And it will be outdoors. And it gives us a wonderful opportunity to get together, to keep Grand Prairie beautiful, to love our neighbors, to promote unity. And actually, I want to thank Dr. Redfern, and I see Sarah, and I believe Amanda's going to be helping us with this event, and there may be others that I can't see right now on the screen, but this is going to be fabulous. It's April 24th, so mark your calendar. And if you want to go onto our Grand Prairie website, you'll have an opportunity there to sign up to volunteer or to make a job request. And we're going to make sure we're very safe. We are limiting our group sizes to 10, and we'll be matched up very carefully, and we'll give you more information if you'd like to get more information about that. But this is a perfect opportunity for us to continue on while we're on this roll of keeping Grand Prairie beautiful. Thank you so much, Amanda, for letting me make that announcement, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Mrs. Clemson. It's always a joy to hear from you, and we're excited about the big event. I'd like to give a final congratulations to everyone, and thank you so much for your contribution to make Grand Prairie the best place in Texas to live, work, and play. I hope you all enjoyed this presentation, and have a good night.